Hello, fellow Mage Knight. Mage Knighters. I don't really know what to call the community. Mage Knight compatriots. I'm just doing a quick video here to just kind of show you guys what I am up to with my Mage Knight figures. Not a lot of people produce content. Content for this. I sound like I have some sort of weird accent. I'm from Wisconsin, so I have an accent, but it's not like Brooklyn that just came out there. But I just kind of want to go over some of my new acquisitions for figures and some of the things I'm doing that I have noticed not a ton of people in the community are doing. And hopefully this will inspire more people to do things like this or to share. I saw someone shared this today even. But what I ended up doing is, the first thing I'll go over is the Mage Knight medals. Around, I think it was before Unlimited or maybe after Unlimited. For those who don't know, every set before Mage Knight Sinister actually was made up of figures, except for the Horseman. Actually, no, that was Mage Knight Sinister. Every figure was actually a repurposed Ralpartha figure. For example, Whirlwind, Mortis Draconum, you can actually buy a Ralpartha or Ironwind Metals. It got acquired by Ironwind Metals, so that's the company that owns Ralpartha now. But they have a Dragon Thief Rogue Assassin. But that's the figure they use, and they bought the rights to use it in Mage Knight. I don't know if they bought it or if they're they were a daughter company or a sister company or something like that. But anyways, a lot of the sculpts here. So I have Dorian Yarrow from Rebellion. I have the Amazon Queen from Rebellion, and I have the Paladin Prince from Rebellion. You can see these are the original sculpts. And one thing that was unique about Mage Knight was it was the first pre-painted. I actually don't know if it was the first, but it was one of the first pre-painted games and I know for sure it was the first game to come with a dial stat. So something they did is you can just see how atrocious this sculpt is, right? I mean, it's still like you can tell what it is and it's cool, but the detail is just not there. And later sets like Dragon's Gate and Uprising have very detailed sculpts, very good paint jobs, minus the Uprising eyeballs. If you guys know about that, oh my gosh, some of the Uprising figures look like googly eyes. It's hilarious. Like Mega Cemendu, he looks like a big dummy. He's got two eyes on the side of his head. It's like, what the heck happened there? But what I have ended up doing is actually purchasing these Mage Knight medals. So Mage Knight or WizKids released a Mage Knight medals, and it was a re-release of a lot of the first couple sets. And they were metal molds, which means that these plastic molds are garbage. And for those who don't know, Mage Knight Unlimited was sort of like the next core set of Mage Knight, and they actually re-released a ton of figures. So right here I've just primed this, but this is actually the skeleton from Mage Knight Rebellion, but this is actually the official Mage Knight Metals version, and it was actually released. You can see in there, I have them right there. That's actually an official Unlimited figure. So some of you already know this, but essentially they re-released a lot of the old figures in updated sculpts in metal. And so what I did is I decided to take it upon myself to redo the Amazon Queen, Dorian Yarrow, and Paladin Prince. And wow, the metal sculpts on these figures are amazing. Keep in mind, these aren't just random sculpts I found online. These are actually official Mage Knight metal sculpts. So to start off the bat, to show you what you can do for customization, my Scoth Plaguebringer, my English one. Fun fact, I actually have a Japanese Scoth I picked up from someone. There were only about 1,000 of these made, but it actually has kanji on the dial. Extremely rare. I probably will never play this figure because I have an English version. My English version broke really bad, and I was kind of pissed about it, so I just bought a mini from Dark Souls. And since Scoth Plaguebringer's Necropolis, but his name sounds like some sort of Death Speaker, I got like a really cool armored Death Speaker, and he has Venom and does 4 damage, so kind of goes along with the sculpt a little bit. Looks like a venomous knight. Um, all right, so I'll show the first one here. This is the Amazon Queen. Here's my Doom with Yaak. I'll show Paladin Prince. Wow, did these turn out just absolutely stunning. Keep in mind, these are official Mage Knight, so this is not just like a random thing like I just showed you. So these are, imagine what Mage Knight could look like today, basically. This is the Paladin Prince. His sword has been transformed to be more detailed, and it's larger. And I tried to mirror the coloring, so the cape is blue. I added detailing of the sword where I had to, because got cut off there. The Rebellion figures are mainly just 2 colors, so looks great. So that was the before, right? So there's the before, and then the after is just this amazing. And I'll post pictures when I post this in the right area. So looks great. Here is the Rebellion Dorian Yarrow. Again, notice it's mainly just a 2 color. There's brown, gray, and red. The brown in his beard is the same brown on the musket and the same brown on the gloves. So they were very limited in the colorings they could pick for these early figures. And this is repurposed Dorian Yarrow from the Mage Knight Metals on a playable dial. Very excited to field him. He's very good. He's got 3 damage and 12 range, but then if you base him, he's got magic, immunity, and command, and if you base him, he's got 12 attack and weapon master. So he goes from a decent ranged with magic, immunity, and command to just really hacking and slashing away. I've showed this before. This is not a Mage Knight figure, but I actually created my own Vire. I found a guy in line who gave me a sweet deal. So this is kind of unrelated, sorry, but it's cool. So I actually have the 12 printed, and then I got this UV printed at a trophy shop. And the process for this is actually very easy. I think I've talked about this before, but I got this UV printed at a trophy shop on the top, and then now I'm printing off at FedEx. I found a dial template, and you basically just put in the dial from Battle Planner and match the colors up to the abilities, and you print it off at the right size. And you can literally take any figure, a common, rip out the dial and paste that in, and it looks like a Mage Knight figure because I have the Mage Knight fonts. So that's kind of cool. And then the last one here's Amazon Queen. Just like a stick figure. She's got red, gray, and peach, or white skin color. And so you can just see the repurposed is still, a skinny. You got some serious butt cheeks. Oh my gosh. But it's just a better version, and so it just looks more realistic, and it's really fun to play with these figures. So that has opened up a whole new door for me. You can collect every unique, right? But how many people can say that they have a Mage Knight Metals playable Paladin Prince? That's where this gets to like the next level. You go from collecting the miniatures, and so I feel good about this because there's endless customization, right? You can grab any miniature like I did with this guy and put him on here and say it's a Mage Knight figure. But this is actually an official Mage Knight product, so it feels like this almost unique combination of Mage Knight products that no one else has. Or not many people. I'm sure some people have done it, but it seems to be very rare. And then some other quick finds I picked up. I picked up a Zatagra. This guy's nuts. He's 25 points, and he has 0 attack, and he's demoralized for the first 2 clicks, but then once you damage him, he goes into Weapon Master mode and 12 attack. I picked up a Skyros, so I'm really all about those unlimited LEs right now. I also picked up a Marsh, so I have 3 unlimited LEs. I got a Stiletto. If anyone can tell me about Stiletto, So Stiletto is a great figure. 21 points, 10 movement, 10 attack, 14 defense with limited invisibility and 3 damage. This thing is just an absolute stealthy beast. The question I have about Stiletto is, when I got him from someone, it came with a pin, with a figure, with a pin that had the knife that Stiletto was holding. Does anyone know anything about that? Was that a special limited edition figure that came out? Something to also note, Stiletto's paint job is, so there's the Spirit Takers from the Minion set. The paint job on the black is like this matte gloss. It's a different paint job. It's really interesting, so if anyone has any tidbits about that, let me know. This figure is super cool. Love Stiletto. It's like one of my favorite 20-point figs. Probably one of the best. I also picked up a Warpath. Again, I play with these, so I don't actually have the boxes anymore because I'm never planning on selling them, because this game, if I were to sell these figures, I probably would never get them again, so, because it's how rare, elusive some of them are. Sneak, attack, and charge. Warpath is one of the most overpowered 30, 40-point figures in the game. He can single-handedly charge in and just like insta-kill any figure. It's really great. He's got 10 attack, but with charge he has 11 because he gets the +1 bonus in the rear arc. I think that's about it. I didn't really have a plan. Oh, I also picked up a Doom with Yaak. So, super glued those wings in there. And I'm super psyched to play with this dude. Wow, 50 points, 25% of your army, does massive damage. Weapon Master, 14, 16 defense, toughness, flight for 14, 3 damage, battle fury. Again, if you're going up against a really crazy beast or figure, you can definitely just whip out that Weapon Master and hope to swing through their top invulnerability. Oops. Very excited to play with this. Yeah, so I guess this video is a little unscripted, but yeah, ultimately I just have really, like for example, I'm painting this skeleton, and I'm going to paint him with the paint job that Quickblade had. So what's unique about those metal figures is they are Mage Knight sculpts. So you can get them, prime them, and paint them, and with the process I used with Vire, I can basically custom print any dial. I can make the figures look exactly like, I mean, look at that font. I grabbed the Mage Knight font, and it looks like a figure, like a real figure. And I'm mirroring what the figure is as well. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see where this goes. I think there's a lot of life in it. You can collect and collect and collect and be like, oh, I have, all the rares or the best LEs or what have you. But eventually you kind of hit this wall of like, oh, there's nothing else really to do. But I feel like with the metals, you could really just start customizing a lot of these figures. So, I mean, I'm not printing my own figures in the sense of like inventing new dials. I'm just reprinting and repurposing a lot of these, and they just look so cool. I think this one turned out the best. Just gonna show you guys again. Definitely turned out the best. Anyways, if any of you guys in the community actually have done this before and want to share your thoughts or opinions on it, and if you've done it before, what you think, share some images in the Facebook group. If you're not in that Facebook group, get in there. It's a great group. Let me know what you guys think. Bye.